solve.
Meteorologist Ross Hall here with you on this Tuesday, and we are looking at the potential for some scattered precipitation today across southern Ontario, southwestern Quebec. I know we did get into a few showers around Montreal early this morning. That is clearing out. Scattered in nature today, but we're looking ahead to this boundary right here, which will travel through the area by tomorrow afternoon, bringing more organized showers and thunderstorms with the potential for some heavier downpours. But we have seen a few sprinkles this morning. Some showers through eastern Ontario and again around portions of southwestern Quebec, at least southern Quebec, south of Montreal. But that will start to move out, and we will be looking at the potential for some pop-up showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. Winds will turn to the south as we move through the day today around the GTA and around portions of southern Quebec. And looking at your forecast conditions today, getting up to near 26 with a sun cloud mix in Montreal, 29 in Peterborough, mid-20s around the Kingston area. Around the GTA, high near 26, 27 degrees with that potential for some scattered showers or thunderstorms, mainly north of the 401, likely around Niagara and portions of southwestern Ontario. Coming up, I'll time out that potential for more widespread rain on Wednesday, and we've got some hot conditions developing as we move into the weekend. The full forecast just ahead.
LCBO's
Well, as July days go, today is going to be close to average when it comes to our temperatures. There'll be some humidity, but not really uncomfortable out there as we look at your forecast conditions expected today around the area. High 20s for most spots and a sun cloud mix. The chance of a scattered shower around portions of the GTA, likely north of the 401, portions of southwestern Ontario. Southwestern Quebec, the Montreal area should stay dry, and then we'll get down to the high teens overnight tonight. Whatever shower activity happens this afternoon and early this evening will ease, and then we'll get into more of that activity on Wednesday as a more pronounced front pushes through. Well, we've had quite the heat wave out west, a ridging pattern as we take a look at the upper level flow here. This is the jet stream. You don't have to be a meteorologist to see that outline. And we've got more of a dip or trough developing in the east. That's going to help to sustain this disturbance that will move in by tomorrow afternoon, bringing us the chance of a shower or thunderstorm, or the better chance tomorrow afternoon especially. There's a look at the surface feature that will eventually move in. Today, not enough to cancel any outdoor plans, but be aware of that chance of a pop-up shower around portions of the GTA, northern sections, and portions of eastern Ontario. Montreal should stay dry. We see that activity ease and then pop back up once again tomorrow afternoon. And some of these storm cells could deliver some heavy downpours. And after the flooding around Toronto and southern Ontario last week, I know that would be a concern. So we're going to keep an eye on that, and you'd see the wet weather pushing into Montreal and eastern Ontario too. In the wake of that system, it will be cooler with a northerly flow. We should stay dry for the most part on Thursday, and then we see the building sunshine, or at least sunshine developing, and the building warmth heading into the weekend. So potential for unsettled weather Wednesday, 25, or a little cooler Thursday, then back up with plenty of sunshine to the high 20s on Friday, Saturday, even into the 30s on Sunday. That humidity will be building too. The humidex closer to 35, the high 30s as we move into early next week. For Montreal, at risk of showers, thunderstorms Wednesday. Chance of an early day shower Thursday, then we're into the sunshine, 28 on Friday, 28 on Saturday, warming up especially for the second half of the weekend into early next week with temperatures in the low 30s and that humidex between 35 to the high 30s. And that's a look at your forecast.
Okay, first look at the forecast. For that, let's check in with weather specialist Kaylee Bedore. Kaylee.
Thanks, Carrie. Well, some serious rainfall for portions of the region today. Brockville this morning, we were under that rainfall warning. That extended from Gananoque, heading to Smith Falls and then Brockville area as well. So with that rainfall this morning, early estimate on the radar from Environment Canada really placed those totals fairly widespread, 30 to 50 millimeters of rain. It certainly hit heavy when that rolled through this morning. It was more of a stationary storm, those heavy downpours, but we do have more on the way for tomorrow. So some strong storms are possible as well, and this is going to be more of the setup. So into tomorrow morning, mix of sun and cloud, but then a few downpours are possible as the morning gets going, and then by the afternoon, strong storms possible once again in the region. Not necessarily totally across the area. Kingston, you may make out okay for portions of the day, but then late afternoon, especially Ottawa Valley toward the Quebec border, some strong storms are expected to develop there. The biggest threats with this one, possible hail and then once again heavy rainfall. But expect that to last through the afternoon into the early evening. Overnight into Thursday, we will start to see that clearing taking place, and by the end of the week it's going to be certainly a clearer setup for the region. But Kingston, 18 degrees. A few showers are possible overnight, especially again that Gananoque toward Brockville area. You could see a few downpours overnight and into tomorrow morning, and then thunderstorm risk sets up. Still some sunshine possible for some areas, especially through the morning, but just keep in mind that we are looking at that active weather. So more coming up in the full forecast. For now, that's a first look at your weather.
First Weather is brought to you by Aubin Windows and Doors. For premium products, award-winning service, and professional installations, visit aubin.com.
Camp Mary.
Well, time now for a full look at your forecast. Some portions of the region, especially through eastern Ontario, getting hit with heavy rainfall today. Tomorrow it is going to be another active day weather-wise, this time a little bit more widespread. Watching these impacts through Durham region tomorrow, Peterborough area, Kingston as well. Eastern Ontario expecting once again to be hit quite hard. Heavy rain, hail, an issue with this one. Now earlier today, it was more of those stationary cells set up that packed a punch, bringing heavy rainfall. Tomorrow we are expecting to see thunderstorms developing late morning into the afternoon, and that is going to extend from west to east. Hail, heavy rain, even the potential that some of these storms do start to have some rotation. That main threat, Ottawa Valley toward the Quebec border, but we will be following that. Keep a close eye on those watches and warnings tomorrow as well. Here's a look at timing for Durham region in the morning. A little bit of sunshine is still possible early on Wednesday. Then it starts to hit north of Oshawa through Newmarket, Vaughan area, and then extending through Peterborough. It is just going to follow east and then east as well along Highway 7. That heavy rain develops through the afternoon into the evening, and of course visibility on the roads reduced with this one once again. Now when it comes to temperatures, heat returns tomorrow and some humidity still coming into play. Temperatures today in the upper 20s around the region, Kingston area hitting 24 this afternoon. Overnight tonight, temps in the mid to upper teens for the most part, and we are going to see a little bit of a break from the wet weather. Gananoque through to Brockville, more of a chance that you do see a few downpours, but it's tomorrow where everyone really is expecting to see some active weather. Temperatures in the mid-20s, humidity on top of that, pushing it into the 30s. Uxbridge, Port Perry, 24 degrees through the afternoon. Those showers developing late morning. Thunderstorm risk in the afternoon through Haliburton, Wilberforce, Bancroft as well. Watching for that potential early afternoon for the Lindsay, Peterborough region. 26 degrees for the daytime high. 27 for South Frontenac tomorrow. Still some sunshine in the forecast, but another round of heavy rain is expected for the region. Kingston 27, Smiths Falls 27 as well, Brockville 28. Watching for that thunderstorm risk. Keep a close eye on those watches and warnings throughout the day. Heavy rain, again, some hail potential there as well. Things clear out, especially by Thursday afternoon. Over the weekend, those temperatures in the upper 20s for Durham region. For Peterborough as well, expecting to hit even the 30s by the time we get to the weekend. And after tomorrow, a stretch of clear conditions will take us into next week. But of course, we do have that potential for thunderstorm activity right across the region, so we'll keep a close eye on that, and then things clear out for the weekend. That's a full look at your forecast.
Time now for our first look at the forecast. For that, let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Anthony Farnell. Anthony.
Well, it was another mild day today. Lots of sunshine, a bit of haze, and that actually is from wildfire smoke across Western Canada. It's not impacting the surface air quality, but it did create a rather pleasant sunset tonight. 27 degrees in Oshawa, 29 today in Peterborough, 25 right around Kingston, 27 in Ottawa. And with that mild air, we didn't have much humidity, but the humidex did reach the low 30s everywhere across eastern Ontario. Kingston still a 6 km/h wind coming out of the east, and the sky is still mostly clear. Now, we don't have any rain to speak of tonight, but as we look back to the west, scattered storms around Barrie. There's another line of storms associated with a cold front, and that's what's going to be moving through during the mid to late afternoon on Wednesday. So that's the concern, the fact that there is the potential for some stronger thunderstorms, and depending on where you are watching us from, those could turn severe later in the afternoon, and then it will be cooler on Thursday. So here's your forecast tomorrow, hour by hour. 26 degrees by 3 p.m. The humidex into the low 30s, and then there's that risk of rain. We'll talk more about the long range in just a few minutes.
All right, Anthony, thanks so much for that.
Is brought to you by Aubin Windows and Doors. For premium products, award-winning service, and professional installations, visit aubin.com.
From the Sky Tracker Weather Center, as we go in detail tomorrow, 19 degrees at 6 a.m. There's a chance of showers early on, although if I was redoing this graphic, I would keep those thunderstorm odds to early afternoon. At that point, the front comes through. You'll notice a change in wind direction from the southwest to the northwest, and then it will eventually cool down as the sun comes back late in the day. So when the front moves through, that's when the highest probability of showers and maybe some thunderstorms will be. Right now, all is calm, but it is quite mild at 24 degrees. Here's a look at that front back to the west, and there it is. It's moving in our direction, and it looks east of Toronto from, say, Durham through Peterborough, Kingston. That's where there is a damaging wind potential with any of those stronger storms. The timing of the day favors east of Toronto. 24 in Saskatoon, 29 in Calgary. There's all sorts of warmth out west, and with that comes a slew of problems. Heat warnings, that's one aspect. The dry and long-term drought conditions have led to a high forest fire risk, and evacuations continue around BC, Jasper, and Alberta. And some of that smoke is actually getting caught up in our next weather maker. So yes, in between the rain showers, you'll actually notice the smoke as you look at the sun. And it doesn't last long, and it's in the mid and upper levels, so no air quality issues with it. But then it clears out, and Thursday we'll be back to some very clean air for a time before the next round of smoke moves in. And this is reminiscent of last year, isn't it? Although not to the same extent. So our Futurecast model has that risk of wet weather, and here it is at 4:30. The Ottawa Valley, heavier rain, all tapering off, although there's still some showers in the Ottawa Valley Thursday morning. Clear skies elsewhere, and Friday looks like the start of a fantastic stretch of weather. And the weekend, by the way, looks perfect, picture perfect. Here's your forecast. As we get from Wednesday to the end of the week, yes, there's that chance of rain, and I hope we actually see some wet weather because it'll be very dry afterwards. 27 Friday, 29 on Sunday, and then a pair of 30s Monday and Tuesday, and that is our next chance after tomorrow. Next Tuesday, a risk of thunderstorms. Your dog walking forecast, 24 degrees with that chance of showers tomorrow morning. This is Baby, and I'll leave you with that.